Welcome, Adios. We talked in the previous lecture about the functions, and we said that the function is a relationship between two variables. This is the function, a relationship between two variables. We have the independent variable and the dependent variable. And we said that dependent is the one who affects the dependent. Like as example, we said the relationship between the temperature and the sales of the ice cream. So when the temperature go up or down, this is the independent. The sales of the ice cream will go up or down. This is the dependent. And we said we have those two variables are effective, are all changing. So when the temperature change, the sales of the ice cream will change. So both will change. Both of them will change. And we had this example, y equals x squared. We said when we give different values for x, like -3, -2, this is assumed values. -3, -2, -1, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. When we give these values, we can get the y from here. So as example, the y is x -3 squared, means -3 multiplied by -3. If you want to do this on the calculator, you can get the calculator and you can get like this. So if you want to say like this, -3 multiplied by -3, that will equal, it is just one sec, 3 minus multiplied by 3 minus, here will equal 9, will equal 9, and so on. So here, that will equal 9, -3 squared was 9, -2 squared will give me 4, -2 squared will give me 4, and all the way down, -1 squared will give me 1, 0 squared will give me 0, 1 squared will give me 1, 2 squared will give me 2, and so on for the rest of the other variables as well. For the rest, 3 squared will give me 9. That is what we had in the previous lecture, and we said that this is a function. This is a function. This represents a function. But this one, x equal y squared, this is another example we did. It doesn't show me a function. Why? Why? I will tell you. Let me take a drop now, drop a line from here. I will take a line like this, a vertical line, and drop it like here. See what happened? The line is cut in 2 points, in this point and this point. In that case, as long as this vertical line cut the curve, this curve in 2 points, then this is not a function. This is not a function. But here, if I do the same thing, let me go back here, here, this is another, this represents a function. The reason why, I will tell you the reason why. Because if I drop a line, if I come to drop a line like this way, here, as example, if I drop one line like this, you guys can see this line? It cut only in 1 point. As long as it cut in 1 point, then this is a function. As long as it doesn't cut in more than 1 point, like here it cut in more than 1 point. Here it cut in more than 1 point. Look at this. Here it cut in 2 points, in this point and in this point. In that case, this is not a function. So the first thing to know, when you graph a function, you represent it in a graph, make sure if you drop a vertical, not horizontal, a vertical line, make sure if it cuts in 1 point, if it cut this curve in 1 point, that means this is a function. But if it cut it in more than 1 point, this is not a function. This is not a function. Cool. Then we go also to, and this is the vertical lines that intersects. This is what I was talking about right now. For that reason, guys, this is not a function. The reason why, I will show you. I will do here this just now. Draw here, or let me insert, and let me take the shapes here. Let me take this line and go here. Let's any place here and just do like this. It cut the curve in 2 points, then this is not a function. This is not a function. But if I do this here right now, if I do right now this line as well here, any point, but it must be a vertical. Here it is. It cut it only on 1 point here. So this is a function. A graph is a function. B graph is not a function because it's cutting 2 points. So this is not a function. That was the second thing which we had today. And here, look, this is not a function because it's cutting in 2 points. It is not a function. Function. This one, if we draw a graph from here, it will cut it in 2 points. This is not a function. So let's go for this. Let's see here. Let's take the shapes. And I will take this line and just do anywhere you wish. Anywhere, but it must be vertical. It must be vertical. So I'll just put it here between those two numbers. Here, as you see, this is intersect and this is intersect. As long as it cut the function in 2 points, in 2 or more points, that means this is not a function. But here, this is a function. Let me show you how this is a function. We'll go also for the experiments of the vertical line. Anywhere, here it is. Look, only it cut it in 1 point, this point here, in this point, in -3 and -2 in this point. So this is a function. So this is a function, but this one is not a function. This is a function again, because it cut in 1 point only, but this one is not a function because it cut in more than 1 point. Here is a point, and here is another point. For that reason, this is not a function. Then the same thing, this is the solution of it. So this is not a function, but this is a function because it cuts in 1 point, and I showed you again. I will do it back in front of you so you can make sure. Here it is. If I go like this, here it is. It cuts the curve in only this point, where I'm signaling. So it is not a function. So it is a function, sorry, in 1 point. But here it's in 2 points, so this is not a function. And it's written here, this is a function, this is not a function, for the reason why this is a function and this is not a function. The second part we will go to right now is the domain and the range. What's the difference between the domain and the range? And we will understand it. Numbers is the set of integers, terminating decimals, repeating decimals, or so on. This is numbers or reals. So we have two things. We have domain and we have range. So what is the difference between the domain and the range? That's what I will show you right now before we start work. Domain is for the X and range for the Y. To make it very easier for you guys, domain is going about X, talking about X, while range is talking about Y. This is the difference between them. So let's see as example right now. Let's see as example. We'll go to this point. So here, the set of values of the independent variable, often the X values, is called domain. So the X values, we call them the domain. And the Y values, we call them the range. Take care, the independent variables, like what we said before, and the independent is the one who affect the dependent. Okay, so here, for the notation, the domain, the values of X, and the range, the values of Y. So the domain is the values of X, and the range is the values of Y. We can write it in two figures. X belong to real numbers. This means belong. This sign means belong. X belong to real numbers. And if there is restrictions, we put restrictions that conditioned by, or there is a condition, we put it like this straight line like this, then a vertical line like this, then we put the restrictions. Or we put it in this figure. D, which simplifies the domain, will equal X when X values is this value and this value and this value. But X belong to real numbers, to real integers or real numbers. If there is a restriction, we'll put the restriction like I will show you just now on the board. We will put the restriction. So I say X, the domain is X, and the range is Y. Like we said, domain goes for X values, but range goes for Y values. And this is the difference between them. Remember always, domain is X and the range is Y. So when we talk about the range, Y belong to real numbers, then we put the restrictions if there was any restrictions. Sometimes there is no any restrictions. Some examples, we don't have restrictions. For that reason, we'll say X belong to R and Y belong to R. But some other examples, they might have restrictions. So in that case, we will say the restrictions. Or we can also say it by this figure, or belong to real numbers, which is Y equal, or means Y, the range is Y, equal this number and this number and this number, whatever, if we don't have any conditioning or any terms or conditions for the, or restrictions by other meaning, or restrictions by other meaning. Okay. It's our time now to get the domain and the range here. Our time to get the domain. We said the domain means X and the range means Y. So if I set the domain of these numbers, this is a point of 3 and 4. So this is for X, this is for Y. This is for X, the 6 minus 6 is for Y. Minus 2 for X, 7 for Y. 5 for X, 3 for Y. 6 for X, minus 8 for Y. So if I just want to make the domain means X, the X points. You know, any point consists of X and Y. Any point, we'll get it, it's consists of X and Y. So as example, let me tell you something. I will just graph it here in front of you and show you. Let me show you something. If we say like this, here we go. And let's say here, file, new, blank document. And I have here this blank document. I will just show it, just 1 second, guys. And I just want to make like this now, draw or whatever. Then here, insert. And I have home. Okay, and if I want to add something like the design, layouts, references, view, we need to put lines, view, home. Draw here. If I just want to draw a vertical number like this is for X and this is for Y. So all the values here are X values. So this is X value. And here, this will be Y value. This is also minus X here. And this also will be minus Y here. So this how it goes like. So as example, if I want to say like a point, this is 1, 2, this is 3. Let's say this is 4. Let's say this is 5. Let's say this is 6, and so on. And here, same thing. 1, here, 2, here, 3, here, 4, here, 5, and here, 6. And here is minus 1. Here is minus 2. And here is minus 3. And here is minus 4. And here is minus 5. And here the same, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus, here is the minus, like this, minus 4. Here is minus 5. Here is minus 6. And here is minus 7. So guys, this is a very simple things I'm just drawing with my hands, whatever I can. So if I say this example, I just want the point 3 and 2. Let's say point like 3 and 2. How I will graph it? I will go, this is X and this is Y. That's how I will go. So I will go for X 3, 3, then I will go here to the right 3, and this is the point which I want, 3, and I will go up 2, and I will go up to here in this. So this is 3 horizontal and 2 vertical, and this is the point which I want. If I want another point like around, say, let's say 1 and 5, let's say here 1 and 5. We said that 1 is for the x and 5 for the y. So I have to go 1 horizontally like this x, and I go up till 5 here, till 5, because this is the level of 5 here in front of me. So this is a point which I want to do. All the way like this, when we go to move, we move by points from 1. The first point to the right, the left point, the second point is to up. But if it is negative, like as example, -3 and 4, why not? So x here is -3, and y here is 4. So I will go here to -3, minus, then I will move to the left. If it is positive, I will move to the right. Then I will move to the left here till -3. This is -3 here, -3. This is the point. -3, then I will go up 4. Here we go. Here, -3, and I will go up 4. This is the point which I want in this area, -3 and 4, like what you see, -3 here. Here it is -3. Then I went up till 4. If I want a point like this as example, just so I'm saying some examples so that -1 and -6. Cool, guys. That's the same thing. Sorry, that's the same thing. Control Z. So if I just want it like this way, -1 and -6, I will go here to the minus. The first point we said from the left is the axis, the x-axis. And I'll see positive or negative. If it's positive, I will move to the right. If it is negative, I will move to the left. Then the second point is about y, or the range of y. So the same thing. So here I will go -1 and -6. -1, here is -1. Here it is. This is -1. And -6, that means I will go down till -6 here. And here the point will be -1 and -6. Here is -1, and I will go down like this till -6. So this is the point will be -1 and -6 in this area, approximately, because that is how I will do the x and y, and this is how I will graph. Always when I do my graphs, I graph it like that way. The point is now is to just let's see the second or the upcoming point which we're talking about is here. Here we have -3 and 4, 5 and -6, -2 and 7, 5 and 3, 6 and -7, -8. So what is the range domain and what is the range? We said domain, the domain is all the values of x. Don't forget, the domain is all the values of x. Domain, I will write it here. Let me write it here. Domain is x values. Cool. So the domain is x values. Let me enlarge it so that you guys can see it properly. The domain is x values. So in this example, my domain will be the x values, like you see here. So domain will be the x values, which is here. We said the first one on the left is the x. The second is the y. So here I will take the x's only. So -3, here is -3. 5, here is the 5, but it arranged it from the descending, means ascending from the lowest into the highest. Then after that, -2. Then after that comes 5. Here is the 5. Then after that comes the 6. But out about the 5 is repeated twice. I will take it only once. I will take it only once. So as example, this was like this. Let me just graph it for you guys. Let's say I will take this one in front of me, this part, and then I will just work on it. Let me say I will take it as a part like this. Okay, I will take this part. To explain how did we get it, then edit, copy, and I will go to the page which I'm working in right now. Here is that page which I'm working in, and I will put these values. Okay, I just want the domain now of x. So I will say the x domain. Then I will say x, which is x here, is belonging to. I do it like this. I will do it like graph it row. Here it is. I will graph it this way. Belong to. Let's belong to. X belong to the numbers which I have here. -3. Let me choose another pen, which is better in writing. Here I have the x is -3, -3, and x here is 5, x here is -2, then x here is 5 again, the numbers of 5, then x here is 6. But in vain, because I have to arrange them, -3, 5, -2, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brackets. Okay, but like this way, it's not arranged, so I will arrange it into -3, then -2, then how would come after this? The 5, then after that comes 6. So -3, then comes from the bottom to the top, -2, then comes to me 5, then comes to me 6. And I will not repeat back the 5 because it was repeated twice here, just to explain it, but I will not repeat it back. The reason why, I will show you something. I get here, now I get to go up. I got to go up here. I got to go up here and forget about this one now. Okay, when I move when I go from down into up, that means that I will go from down -3 and go the way up. Let us do here, cancel about this, and go back to up points. So here, if I move like this now it comes to me first -3, like you see here, -3 comes first. Then after -3, -2, while I'm going on the way up, on my way up. So I will start from -3, then go to -2, then go to -1. That's why I put it like descending, -3, -2, and that's how I will do it. Then 5, then 6. Here, let me, because it's like, okay, Control Z, Control Z. That's how it will work. Here, guys, see, I went from -3 to -2, then 5, then 6. This is how I arrange it. In a way that it should be from the descending, from the lowest into the highest. Of course, the 5 I repeated twice, but now for the y. Y, what I will do for the same thing, like what I did for the x, I will do for the y, the same thing I will do back for the y. So I would say here also y is belong to real numbers or real numbers, and y will include that y will include 4, and I have 5, and I have 7, 4, 6, -6, sorry, 4, -6, sorry about that, -6, then after -6 I have 7, then I have 3, then I have -8. Okay, so these are the numbers of, but still also it need to be arranged like descending the same way I did with the x. So I will do also with the y, same likewise I show you guys just now. Same, likewise, I showed you. I will do the same thing which I did with the X, I will do with the Y as well. And same will be like this. So here, the Y will go all the way down like this way. We'll go to the Y, here is the Y, like you see. So the Y will be on these figures here, -8, start from the lowest number, then -6 goes the second, then 3, then 4, then 7. -8, -6, then 3, then 4, then 7. That is how I will make the domain and range for some numbers like this way. That will be the domain and range for these numbers. Let me also show you something regarding what we are doing right now. So that was the domain, and when we go here also into the relations here, let us see this one, but I just want to remove this actually. The erasers. There's eraser here, eraser, and I just want to remove this now. Here we go now. The age and the number, the domain and the range here. This is an example, another example. So the domain here is X. X are the ages 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's already in order. It's done in order. How about the Y? The Y, I will just put it in order. So I will start with the lowest number. The lowest number here is 5. Here it is. Then I will go to the second number, which is 8. After the 5, there is nothing except the 8. Consequently, logically, will be 9. Here is the 9. Then after that, I don't have 10. I don't have 10, but I have 11. So here is 11. Then I have after 11, there's 12 here. Then here is a 12. Then I have also no 13, but I have 14. Here is a 14. Then I have the last one is 22. So I have the range, the domain, and the range. Don't forget that always domain is X and the range is Y. The domain is X and the range is Y. That's what I want you to remember. And now I will just go for my intonations back and remove the intonations so I can move to another slide. Now we will try to determine the domain and range of each relation's graph at first. Y will equal 2x minus 5. Y will equal 2x minus 5. And here I will have to do the graph, the slope. If you see, you will find that 2x minus 5, if I graph it, it will take this figure. Of course, I will substitute with numbers, but I don't have restraints here. Domain x belong to all the real numbers, and the range y will equals the domain into the whole real numbers, because I don't have any constraints on this one. Now I will just draw it in the board in front of you now so that you guys can understand it and know how to work in it. We'll see it right now, and we'll work on it right now. Okay. We'll put for the values of x and y, and this is a linear function because it makes one line. And the slope also here, the degree, the power is 1. For that reason, this is a linear function. This is a linear function because the power of x is 1. 2x1 means 2x, right? And this is a linear function. Okay, we can graph it and see how it will work. We'll graph it now on the board and see how we can work on it. Thank you.